Tane isn't out of the woods yet. Remi decides to work on Eden's song. Sonny has good news for everyone. And Alf has a run-in with the rookie.
Hold me in your arms, don't let me go. I want to stay forever, closer each day. Home and away.
Mum passed away. I couldn't move past it. The sadness and the anger would just hit me out of the blue.
So what was it about Jo comparing her situation with Tane to you and Theo that got you so upset?
Tane's still fighting. He's still alive. He still has a chance.
Sure.
Theo never got that chance. And even if he doesn't make it, they still have this time together. She'll get to say goodbye.
So if you got to say goodbye to Theo, what would you have said?
Thank you. And will you forgive me? Because I'll never know.
Would it have made losing him hurt any less?
No, of course not.
You know, for a while, I couldn't get past the fact that the last words I said to Theo were in anger.
I'm sorry.
But then I realised it doesn't matter. You know, what matters is that we loved each other.
Is this your way of telling me I should get over myself and be there for my sister?
She needs you right now.
We are Si and Sophie. This is Coastal News, a home and away podcast, your weekly episode companion podcast for your favourite Aussie soap.
Right, any midnight epiphanies recently, Sophie?
Ever? No. How about you?
I've never epiphanized
No.
of a night time.
I did have
No.
a very terrifying dream, which I told you about on WhatsApp.
Oh, you do,
that-
do you want to share?
It wasn't an epiphany, but it was traumatizing. I will share. I'll overshare. So I can't remember what day it was that I sent you this text message, but I was like, I've just had a traumatizing dream, and it was about home and away. And the storyline was that the surf club needed money, which is not unreasonable. Because, you know, we've been here before, doll. Like businesses in Summer Bay, they go through fluctuations of having lots of money to having zero and being about to go under. So
Yep.
the surf club was in trouble. Surf club needed to make some money. So they were doing, like, all the people were rallying around and they were doing sponsored this, sponsored that, sponsored the other. So Dana did a sponsored silence, which I thought was really smart for me being unconscious that I thought of that. Because that's quite funny. Because she's, you know,
Yeah.
she's like us.
Yeah.
She's a chatty Cathy.
Yeah.
You can't shut her up. So she did a sponsored silence, which is fine. Very sensible. But then Alf and Justin announced
God,
that
it's. Do you know what? You've not even said it, and it's already worse because it's audible. Go on.
Alf and Justin announced that they were doing a joint sponsorship. So I'm at this point, I don't even know as the dream creator what's happening, and everyone's going, "Oh, what could this be? What could they do a sponsored, you know, bush tucker trial or a sponsored walk or something?" No, they were doing a sponsored kiss. And they raised more money than anybody else because everybody
I don't.
it's terrifying. Everybody went to Salt, and basically what happened was Mr. Stewart and Justin stood in the middle of Salt with the whole of Summer Bay surrounding them, watching them snogging for about 15 seconds.
For a lifetime.
And then I woke up and I was like, what the hell was that? I need a counsellor immediately.
Yeah, and like bleach for your brain.
It was awful. And do you know what? The most terrifying thing about it was Justin looked really into it. And he doesn't look that enthusiastic about his own wife when he kisses her on screen. Like, it was proper. He had his hands around Mr. Stewart's face and everything.
Oh, God.
Honestly, I had to share it with you because it was traumatic.
Someone's going to get in touch and make that into an AI video or something.
Oh God, please don't. No.
No, I'll actually have to scratch my eyeballs out.
We will block you if you do that. Yeah.
Too late then, isn't it?
We just won't watch it. We'll block you immediately.
We're not, from this day forth, we are watching no GIFs, no videos, no nothing.
Don't send us anything, we'll block you.
Consider this the blacklist day. This is day 0.
Oh, dear. It's horrendous.
Well, other than your traumatic summer bay dreams, how are you?
I'm
You all right?
I'm all right. Survived another week. That's not too shabby, is it?
Not too
shabby.
bad indeed. We made it to
And how
Friday.
are you, more importantly?
I'm all right. We don't need to bore people with my shenanigans this week.
You've got gas!
I'm exposed. Yeah. All I'm thinking about is this kiss between Justin and Elle.
Honestly, it's all I've thought about for days. Do I need to get professional help? Seriously, I'm worried.
Yeah, and take us all with you. I hope you're, paying for it.
I'll get insurance or something. Yeah.
I'll check the policies after this.
Multi-cover. There we go. Who does multi-cover? I'll phone them. Yeah.
What's nodding dog thing? Churchill.
Is that just cars?
Need a bit of church. I don't know.
I don't think that's people. I think that's cars.
Oh no. What if I want to be hit by one?
Well, yeah, that
to get
might...
rid of this.
that might help.
Get rid of this thought.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. Yes, good. I am also alive come Friday.
Oh, good.
Home and away this week. Been all right. Been a good week.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it was like mega drama week or anything like that, but it's been good. There's been some entertaining moments. There's been less Joe and Tane, which I haven't hated. The end of the week, I forgot Tane was in hospital. To be honest, I was like, oh yeah,
I did. Yeah, you're right. It's been one of those weeks where the beginning had completely wiped.
Yes.
From, and I've been sort of prepping for the pod tonight, looking at some of my notes, thinking, oh yeah, did that this week? Have I left these notes here from my phone from last week?
There was the thing at the end of Friday's trailer where they were talking about Tane and him still being in the ICU, and I was like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah, same. It's funny how fast you move on, isn't it?
Oh dear.
Yeah, I think what it has done quite well is obviously give all the stuff time. And do you remember we were talking about all it when all this Brack stuff's over, like we need to make sure we've got something to pick up with. And I think the smartest thing this week was the Alf stuff and picking that up.
Yeah.
Because that's a character none of us are not invested in.
Yeah.
So we're not all going to switch off. Because sometimes you come off something big, don't you? And you're like, there's a bit of a come down. I've not felt that come down on this one.
No.
Because it's been enough. It's been quite a lot going on with everybody else.
I've been entertained. I've not been like edge of my seat, but you can't be edge of your seat every week because we'd be like we'd be just traumatized as I was by my dream.
Yeah, you need back to the bloody.
It's a dopamine week rather than a cortisol
week.
You're
right. And there's actually been quite a lot of humour.
Yes.
This week, which I'm sure we will come on to in depth momentarily. Stick around, listener. Should we talk about this week's home and away?
Go on then.
Levi is frantically working out what's wrong with Tane at the start of the week, isn't he? Can't get to the bottom of it, Dal. Thank God. We've got Nurse Joe on hand to find a tube blockage. His bloods are getting worse. Everything's dropping. He's got a one-way ticket to renal failure, hasn't he? And all I could think about was you just like dancing on his grave, honestly.
I can't say I've been crying.
I was sitting there thinking she's going to be loving this. All his organs, multi-organ failure. I mean, the prognosis from Levi wasn't good, was it?
Shocking. And it was also the delivery of it was shocking.
Yeah.
Basically, he's absolutely scuppered. Anyway, anyone want a tea?
These organs fall like dominoes.
Oh,
I was
God.
like, okay, yep, say it how it is.
Mm.
That's what you need in ED. Do you know what? He's taken a leaf out of that book of that
Oh, Dr. Swan.
Swan. Yeah, a bit
Mm-hmm.
of straight talking. He's took a leaf out of her book. Fortunately, not for Joe or Mac, actually. And if you just tuned in today for the first time ever, you'll be forgiven for wondering which one he's actually with. Any day, actually. Um, um, Mac's not happy as she finds out all this. She is fuming again. And Joe, she can't handle it. Kel
No.
surprise. Kel surprise, she can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do this. Yet again, I honestly, my eyes were rolling to the back of my head. I thought, here we go again.
Mm-hmm.
Gotten tough, and she's insisted on being around all this because she regrets what she said and thought he was going down for life and she'd never see him again.
Yeah.
And now there's a chance he might be dying with all his organs out. Oh, she can't do it again. I've got her cards marked, sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mac's upset, talking to him, isn't she? Telling him to fight for this, pull through. Will you be my baby's godfather? Has she discussed this with Levi?
Of course not.
Watching on through the glass there.
Mm-hmm. No.
Why is this man putting up with this?
I don't know. It's. I feel like Levi's trapped now, though. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess if he kicks off, it makes him look jealous, doesn't it? And that's not what.
No.
It's a fine line, this, isn't it? Because if he kicks off and confronts her and says this is not on, then she'll say he's dying, he's my friend. Like she'll get the sympathy card, won't she? Out.
Yeah.
Then he'll run the risk of ruining this family he's trying so hard to sort of keep together. Just sort of spitballing now what would probably happen after it all unravels, just by saying.
Yeah.
But I definitely, in his shoes, I think it's odd that he isn't. What about a scene where he goes to a guy friend and he's like, does he have any guy friends actually? What about a scene where, a third party where he's like, you know what, like, the whole Tane thing, it just something don't sit right with it. I need something from him.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem is with the whole Mac thing is that she kicks off at the drop of a hat and she will yell at anybody and shout at anyone and what have you. And she's almost unbearable. Well, she is unbearable when she does it, but nobody does it back to her. So she has got away with all the shit that she's done with Tane, sending him off to WA and all of that stuff, and like getting involved with the River Boys, meeting with that Sterlo guy and all of that stuff, and having to get Brax involved to sort him out. She's got away with all of that. Like she's meddled and poked at things while she's in her first trimester, having had 2 miscarriages before. And, and then when Levi tries to gently say to her, like, maybe you should go home, maybe you shouldn't be worried about Tane, maybe you should be putting yourself and your health first, because apparently, you're desperate to have a child. It's the only thing you want in life. And we almost broke up over it because you ran off to Dean's last time you had a miscarriage and like shut me out completely. And I didn't even know if we were together. Like, if it was me, I wouldn't be able to help myself. I'd be throwing all that back in her face. But he doesn't do it. And nobody stands up to her. And she gets away with it. And it drives me bonkers.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's like she comes through like a twister, and people just run.
Yeah, but she can't handle it. She can dish it out, but she cannot handle it back. And she'll just run off to Dean's if somebody criticizes her. But she can throw it in Sarge's face, throw it in Cash's face, have a go at Levi. Like she's constantly dishing out all these insults and all this like angry rhetoric. But he can't even say to her, why don't you go home and put your feet up because, you're pregnant? And she just goes, oh, I knew you'd bring this up. Oh, and it's like, he's got a point now. And he didn't say it horribly like you. Like, if he spoke to her the way that she speaks to him, everyone would have a concern about that. Everyone would be like, how dare he?
Of course. Yeah, they would. Yeah, treating her like that. Public enemy number 1 he'd be, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would.
Yeah. It does seem... And I don't like to say it because we have sort of bought into them. It took a long time, didn't it? But it does feel incredibly one-sided. Not in terms of feelings. I genuinely buy into them, feel their feelings for each other, and they're bought into the relationship. But it's not balanced, is it? The support or the sort of like you say, the day-to-day treatment. He is very much there for her, and he's got to like it or lump it. It's her way or no way, really.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. A man with like, he doesn't come across like that in the rest of his life.
No.
You know,
No,
it is
because
a
his job is so serious, especially compared to hers. You know, in his job, if he messes up, someone might die. In her job, if she messes up, she might order some like too much whiskey or something. You know what I mean? It's not the same. It's not. His job is so stressful, and yet
and it's neat, and he's
he
got to be
manages.
decisive.
Yeah.
His job, he's got to make tough decisions. He's got to be clear. He's got to know what he needs, know what he wants. He's not like that with her, is he? In
He's
his
not.
relationship.
No, he's not.
You're right. It's just an interesting take, really. We get a bit deep, but yeah. So I feel like I need that extra bit on this. I, as the audience, and it's making me sort of want, because of how Mac's being as well, and I'm finding it a bit it's making me go, come on, Levi, what are you waiting for? You know, it's getting me behind him. Maybe it's deliberate.
Yeah,
Who knows?
maybe. Yeah.
Who knows? Now you'll remember, so obviously we've got Tane's on his deathbed, but elsewhere people are still trying to find Kerry, aren't they? And you'll remember that she'd text Harper towards the end of the week before because she's not happy. There's a warrant out for her arrest. We didn't really touch on it last week, and I can't remember why. We probably forgot.
We had a lot to talk about last week. We had a lot to talk about and a lot to drink. Yes.
Yeah. So Kerry texted Harper, and they've been trying to get hold of her, haven't they? And she's been trying to get hold of her. Phone's off. Cash says, I know, let's send her a pic of a baby. That'll do. So they send a pic of a grandson, don't they? And it does work. Well done, Cash. He's brains and beauty, that lad. Brains and beauty.
Yeah.
And she calls from a burner phone whilst tech woman there can trace it down to a pinpoint. That I love that. There's like dead really shit maps zooming in or whatever.
I enjoyed this. This was high octave.
Yeah, I love all that. I love it when it's a bit naff like that, though.
I love it.
You know, like
it reminds me of CSI. It's like keep them on 30 seconds, 10 seconds. I love it. I'm excited.
Yeah, and she's like trying to keep it talking. Yeah, I loved it.
It's Archie's birthday, Mum. Did you remember? No, it wasn't me. Anyway.
How's the weather?
I got some new thongs yesterday.
They need to get us on there doing that.
We could stall them for an hour.
Exactly. There's no hanging up for this, is there?
No, we're going to be here till tomorrow, so yeah.
Give me the phone.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Hiya, Kerry, love. Had any epiphanies? Oh dear. Dana feels bad about Archie's birthday. It's all been ruined by this, hasn't it? This is all going down on Archie's birthday. That's the day really he should have got out, isn't it, Tane? That was all happening, all came to a crescendo. But they found Kerry. She gets arrested. Now this confuses Harper a bit. You know, it puts her in a bit of a feeling sad. You know, she locked her mum up. She helped her. You know, what could have been. Should she feel a bit thingy? And I absolutely loved it when she talked to Sonny. Sonny, again, he's coming back, isn't he? Bit by bit. This was his role before this.
Yeah.
You know, we were actually taking the mick about how much he just takes on everybody's problems. And lo and behold, here he is with Harper. I mean, I know it's his
Dana
girlfriend.
Oh, you mean Harper, or do you mean Dana?
Harper, yeah. Harper, sorry.
Yeah.
Here he is with her, talking out her issues and how she feels when Sonny's got all this been going on. We're getting more of him back, aren't we? As it goes on. And she explained, doesn't she, I really wanted Archie to have a nana, and she made mistakes. She says, I'm conflicted. And I can understand that, can you?
Yeah, definitely.
I know she's dreadful, but...
Which one? You mean Harper or Kerry?
All of the above.
All of the above. Yeah.
Kerry, I mean, yeah. Because even Dana mentions that she's
Yeah.
She didn't say the word conflicted, did she? But even she's having feelings about it.
She opened up to Sonny, didn't she, in the surf club when he was trying to tell her his news, and she was like, "Oh, I've had this shit day," and he was like, "Right, it can wait till later." And I didn't know what it was at the time, so I was like, "What on earth's going on? I want to know what he." I wasn't really interested in Tane. I was like, "What's the Sonny stuff?" But she was kind of explaining to him like she doesn't feel. She doesn't know how to feel, does she? Because she mentioned that she had that chat with her. You know, when she was really upset. And Kerry kind of swarmed over and tried to wheedle her way in because she's vulnerable. And I didn't like that at all because I was like, oh, she's doing it because she's upset. She's trying to like get in her head. But it is going to mess you up because you would see a mum trying to be a mum to you and then go, oh, maybe she's not all bad. Maybe there is something very, very deep down. Maybe she is, you know, capable of being a nice person and a caring mum. And because you see a glimmer of that and then the rest of it comes back and that gets, you know, that glimmer gets outshined by all the crap stuff, you are going to feel conflicted, aren't you? You're going to feel like, I don't really know who my real mum is and I don't really know how she really feels about me and whether I'm being manipulated when she's being nice or whether she's got the capacity to be nice. And I don't really want to see her end up in jail for the rest of her life, but she is a bad person. It's awful, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it is. And I completely get that, you know, and I actually felt for the pair of them when they explained that, because it is bittersweet, isn't it? And I thought it spoke a lot when Dana was the one as well. I think that I needed to hear it from her as well. I thought that spoke a lot because Dana was quite staunch, wasn't she, about Kerry?
Yeah.
But even like you say, that speck of humanity that she saw in her made her. It must have affected Dana deep down somewhere. You know, that's what I took from that anyway. Interesting time. Do you think we'll see any of it? Is this it now, Kerry done? Like, do you think we'll?
I don't know because she was arrested off screen and we were told at the end of the week that she's pleaded guilty to all charges and that was all off screen as well. So that kind of told me that because we didn't see any of that, we didn't see her get hauled into YCPD or anything, that we're not going to see her again.
Done. Yeah.
And that she's pleaded guilty. So all that's going to happen next is she's going to get sentenced. I think they said 15 years or something, didn't they? I vaguely remember 15 being banded around.
It was blink and you miss it. I mean, what about I'm Too Sexy for Your Uncle Fred?
That's a good point. Did she shop him? I wonder. Yeah, because he supplied the drugs. Do you think they'd go after him as well? And he lied under police interview. So yeah, don't know. And they
we'll never know.
They managed to track him down, so they obviously were able to find him at his registered address and that kind of thing. And do you remember he actually made a phone call, didn't he, to her when he was being interviewed? And he was left alone, and he was like, "If this comes back on me, Kerry, you know, you're gonna regret it." So I don't know.
Maybe not. Then.
Maybe Uncle Fred knows some people in the women's prison, and Kerry might get shivved, and we might hear about that in the future.
We're shivving again.
Always shivving, darling. It's either a jailbreak or a prison shiv. You know, we've got to have one or the other.
Yeah, and we had a shiv last week.
Well, it was a taser technically, but it'll do.
Well, yeah. To be fair, a shiv wouldn't have had such big ramifications. Maybe, well, potentially.
Depends where the shiv went in, doesn't it?
Very important. You mentioned Sonny and his news. Let's talk about it. He's standing up, Dal. No, I'm sorry. I fell off the sofa laughing. I shouldn't have done. You know which bit I'm talking
reaction?
Yeah. I actually thought he was windmilling her. I thought he's got his cock out. Because just the way it was shot, and I'm sure it was shot deliberately like that.
She looked down, didn't she?
Yeah.
But maybe she was expecting to see him.
It's so funny.
I don't know. Maybe she was expecting to turn around and see him sitting down. So she looked, when she turned around, she looked towards the chair, didn't she? But because he stood up, she actually looks towards his crotch, which is hilarious. And then she kind of went, "Oh!" And I was like, "What?"
I was like, "Show us."
She flinched, didn't she? It was like a flinchy
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it was like she turned around and saw a penis that she wasn't expected to see.
Surprise, sausage surprise.
Maybe that's where she sort of dug deep, and the actress, maybe she just sort of was like, that's the place she got to get that reaction.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe I'm just living in the gutter.
I'm there with you, doll. Don't worry.
So I'm not on my own. I have rewound it. I was like, yeah, she's seen peen. like maybe even like during filming, like they did some sort of prank, like that we can't see. Like
Maybe.
that she wasn't expecting or something.
Maybe. Yeah. The
The
elephant trick or whatever they call it.
Yeah. Oh god.
With the pockets out. When you pull your pockets out. So it looks like you've got ears. I don't know. I know far too much about this. I'm going to stop talking. Anyway.
Marvelous Medicine. Let's talk about that.
Yes.
He's done I make it 2.3 physiotherapy sessions, and he's running up the stairs in salt.
To be fair, he has had a lot of massages from Dana.
Well, yeah.
Or whatever that was. Yeah.
But not even a walking aid. Not even
No.
Not even a Zimmo.
No.
He's up them stairs. Nothing will stop him getting a pizza. Will it? Did it feel a little fast to you? I think up until this point, I felt like this was really... I mean, I know it's a soap and it's home and away and it has to go fast. We can't sit here forever, literally in the wheelchair forever.
Yeah.
So we all knew it was coming one day, and we're not averse to these miraculous standing up from your chair shocks, are we?
No.
However, it's been done so many times that none of us are shocked. We're just waiting for him to do it, aren't we? Let's face it.
Well, I think 3 weeks ago you said he'd be walking by Friday, and that was 3 weeks ago.
I did. Miraculous miracle. Well done, sigh.
Yeah.
In fact, what did I not say this week? And you said 3 weeks.
No,
I actually think it was you.
No, 3 weeks ago you said it would be a week. So so it would have. You predicted this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was too quick.
But I would have bought that, if it had been, because that's quite Homer's.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
We can just get on with other things now and give them other storylines. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I found the whole thing really quite realistic up until this point.
Yes.
To be honest.
Yeah. Especially because of the inner turmoil with him, the kind of...
Yeah, it's been really well done.
And I think he's done a really good job. Genuinely. Yeah, he's done a really good job of this. So, yeah.
Agreed. Remi's happy. I mean, he was in on it because he picked him up and took him back. But Eden also gets the shock. He's loving this trick. Eden gets the shock. John gets the shock. I quite liked this because it was nice and light. We've just Tane's got renal failure. Let's have some... let's go. But it was quite nice. I was smiling, and it was fun. I didn't hate this idea, and it's very on brand for Sonny.
It is. Yeah.
It would be a little bit forced if it was like Marley, Misery Girls.
Oh God. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I quite liked it. Quite on brand. Again, more of Sonny coming back from this horrible dark place he's been in, and I can't praise it enough. And Eden, she's loving it. I mean, we'll talk about this song because we've heard a lot of it. But she writes that song from his book, doesn't she? That I was a bit miffed at his reaction, to be honest, because he gave her the book.
He did, but he gave her the book in anger.
Yeah, but then the other part of me is like, well, he's an artiste. He knows the drill here. If she explains, doesn't she, that she'd been inspired and all the rest of it. But I think he could have given her a bit of... She didn't sort of put it on Spotify and then send him the link.
That would have been hilarious. Okay.
She played it to him in the kitchen.
Yes.
And she tried to make it a bit of a touching moment, and sort of make him see that she's understood him. And, and you hear songwriters all the time talk about cathartic stuff that process of writing the song, and then it sort of sets it free then, and it becomes something else, and it's that you've sort of closed it off, and I think that's what she was trying to go for, wasn't she?
She was, but I was a bit miffed with her to start with, because I think he threw that book at her in anger because she'd looked at it, and he was like, well, you've read it anyway, so you might as well see the rest of it.
It's true.
And then you're right, it is cathartic to take your thoughts and put them into something creative. But it wasn't her thoughts, it was his thoughts. So it was an invasion of privacy in a way. I know what you're saying, like she hasn't played it to an audience and she's only showed it to him. But I think maybe she could have collabed on the song earlier with him, rather than almost write a whole song and then go, I've written a song about your diary. Imagine writing a diary and someone writes a song about it. I'd be mortified.
Do you know what? Yeah, this is quite confronting now you're laying it out to me.
I'd be mortified. In fact, I have a little story for you. So when I was at school, I went out with a guy that was in a band, of course. Why wouldn't I? And we broke up, and he wrote a song about me, and he played it to the whole school in front of the whole school in the school talent show, and I was fucking fuming.
What was it about? What did it say?
Nobody else. This is the thing with Remi. Like this, I kind of agreed with what Justin told him. No one else in that school assembly would have known it was about me. It was very cryptic, but because I knew it was about me, like I could tell it was about me. It wasn't like, oh, Sophie, I miss you. Like, it wasn't like that. It was just like, I knew it was about me. Like the words and like the imagery of it. I was like, this is about me. And my friend was like, no, it's not.
She made me watch the soaps. I won't miss that. Something along them lines.
It was more piney than that. Which is why I was annoyed, because it was so like meh and piney. But you know what I mean? That's not me, doll. You know what I mean?
So in that moment, then you were absolutely livid.
Yeah,
even though
I felt
nobody would know.
It felt like, those those dreams where you go somewhere and then you realise you're naked and everyone can see you. It was like that. It's like I'd walked into the school assembly naked and everyone could see me, because it felt like he was talking about me even though they didn't know it was about me. I knew it was, and I felt really vulnerable and exposed. And it wasn't until I spoke to my friend and she was like, I didn't know it was about you. And I was like, well, he sang this line and that's definitely about this that happened. And she was like, oh, I can see it now. But like, she said she didn't know. But because it's it's really confronting. I can still remember it now. I can still feel the boiling rage of it now, and like the embarrassment of it. And that's like, what? I don't know, 30 years ago. So
13, she said. Audience, 13.
13, yes, ago. Correct.
No, you're right. And I hear you from your lived experience. But luckily, Remi came through, because I couldn't have done with them fighting.
No.
But maybe I need to rethink that, and I take on board what you're saying. And if someone wants to write a song about me out there, go ahead, because I'm yet to experience it. And then maybe I can,
yeah.
I can relate, but until then, I was like, "Come on,
yeah,
let's just get over this hill. Come on, be in a mood, go back, say you're sorry. No one needs to hear the song ever again." But like you say, Justin has this chat. He goes home and he's like, not only he's like full on board. He's like he's doing chords. He's writing music. He's got his midnight epiphanies. Until Cash pours coffee on him.
When they say pour cold water on something, it was almost, if it had been a glass of water, I think I would have cried laughing. Yeah.
And Rem rubs it out.
Literally rubs it into nothing.
I was like, I need to go back and watch that, because that had to be done in post.
I think that's probably what would happen if you rubbed coffee on a wet bit of paper.
It looked like he rubbed it off a whiteboard.
It did, but I think that's what would happen, isn't it? You would just rub the ink off.
Would it not tear the paper in half when you tried to rub it?
I don't know. We'll have to give it a go. How thick was the paper?
I have a feeling there was some special effects.
We'll have to ask our friend.
Friend of the pod.
Mhm.
Come on down. Let us know. Something, I don't know, it just looked a bit strange.
Mm.
I'm going to go back and watch it tomorrow, actually.
I was too busy
Um,
laughing.
He's like, I'm going to work quick.
I'm going to work. They were like, you don't have to. And Remi was like, yeah, you do. See you, mate. Off you
Well, it
pop.
wouldn't have happened if Remi was living in his own house, would it?
Well, if Remi had a house to
With all
live in
his
with
stuff.
his millions and has
Mhm.
cash transferred the $1 million yet, he said he was gonna.
He said he was going to, yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Mhm. Did he never know he had it? Like,
I don't think so.
mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. While she's waiting tables there.
There's no way she'd have gone to Salt if she knew that he had £1 million in his bank.
No, no, and she'd have already bankrolled her album.
Exactly. There'd be a new guitar turning up,
Mm.
you know?
Mhm.
Amps, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, she'd be in Norway visiting Ujima Bar. What's she called?
Oh, yeah. Kirby.
That Kirby, that's it.
Kirby. Yes, Kirby
Oh, I'd
keyboard.
forgotten her name.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Yeah. Right, Rue is worried about her dad's age this week, and I'm a bit like, yeah, aren't we all? we've been waging bets for about 5 years now.
Stop it! You're so mean.
Now she's on his case about the post, isn't she? But Mr. Stewart, there's e-billing Dal. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's got the power bill via email. Thank you very much. Which he probably never checks anyway, because I don't.
No. It's like an order,
Now,
isn't it?
within and amongst this, honestly, it looks like a sorted office. I've never seen so much post, right? Even when we used to get post, right? In amongst it is he's missed his medical. He's lost his driving license. Everything's lapped. His red Joe's done. What's he been playing at, Soph? What has he been doing?
Well, can I just come in and defend my TV granddad here
Mm-hmm.
a little? Because obviously
The floor is yours.
I have to defend him because I love him. But
Mhm.
like, look at Alf. Okay, he's supposed to be 80 years old, right?
Yeah.
He is running the caravan park. He's running the bait shop, and he's running the surf club at 80 years old. He's got 3 jobs at 80 years old. What does Rue do?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not being funny. I have one job.
She's chairman of the.
I've got one job, and I've got a podcast that I do for fun, and I've got a few hobbies. Nothing like 3 businesses that would go under without me if I'm not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know how he does it.
He's got a lot of plate spinning, and he's
He has.
80.
I know.
Like,
I
come
know.
on, give him a bloody break.
Rue should be running at least one of these businesses. I mean, there's no way I would let my 80-year-old parent
Not a chance.
run around. I mean, the thing is, though, there's no telling him.
No.
So, however, there is going to be no.
Yeah.
I know she's come home from God knows where, and she's on the attack, isn't she? No wonder his walls are up. That's even I know. And he's not my father. I know this isn't real, people. But even I know, or do I? Even I know that that's not how you deal with Mr. Stewart.
No,
you know?
exactly.
You got to make it seem like it was his idea, Dal. Like, he's that kind of fella, isn't he? He's old school.
Yeah.
He don't want to be told by his pesky daughter that he's old, deaf, dumb and stupid with no memory.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, the phone winds him up. What is this all about? I'm a bit nervous, as I always am when Alf has lines. What's going on?
The thing is, I am nervous this week, but I wasn't nervous the whole time Rue's been away. The whole time Rue's been away, Mr. Stewart has shown no signs of anything being problematic. And also, Marilyn has been quite happy while Rue's been away. She's had quite a nice time recently. Whereas now, she's taking every shift possible, running out the house every time Rue walks into the room because there's this atmosphere now that she's back. And if this is the case, if they've just brought Rue back to wind Alf up and make Marilyn feel awkward all the time, I am so over this. I'm so done with this woman because, as I said before, she doesn't do anything. what would be really helpful if she came back and she saw this post and all these jobs that hadn't been got done because he's got 3 jobs and he's trying to do everything himself. What would be really helpful if she took up some of the slack that he's got?
Yeah, she stepped up. Yeah.
Yeah, but she doesn't.
Yeah.
She just nags him and then goes, "Oh, I put it in your phone," and then goes around the whole town saying, "Oh, my dad got arrested by the cops and he got brought home by the cops and blah blah blah." And it's like, all of this is just chit chat and gossip and picking and nitpicking on him and pecking his head constantly. None of this is actually helpful.
No.
There's 3 businesses to run and there's chores to be done, and you're just being a nag. Get on with the work. She's so lazy, this woman.
She's secretary of the club, isn't she? That's
Is
all
she?
she does.
Is she,
well,
though? Yeah.
Well, she's never here.
Exactly.
I think, honestly, right, me and you were talking briefly about this during the week when this went to air, didn't we? And I think it's time. I think it's time to write Rue out.
Oh, definitely.
And I know you've been calling it quite dramatically for about
2
2 years at least. I haven't so much, but genuinely now, because she needs so much time out of the show, the actress, and I absolutely love Georgie Parker, and I would not want to see her go.
It's not Georgie's fault.
It's not Georgie.
Rue. Rue is awful.
I actually blame the show for letting her out so much. Actually, I think what they need to do is be like, look, we need you to commit to this for a bit, because it's actually it's ruining the show, really. Like she's a big name, and she's around, and obviously it's great to have her. So she's been here forever, but we can't really get anything meaty from this character because she's off again. So we end up with stuff like this, and I think it's a detriment to the character, really.
It is.
So
yeah.
I would rather her be written out. And not never say never, but and be gone, for the sake of just sort of getting on. Do you know what I mean? Like, rather than this in and out business, it's not really doing it for me. It was for a while. I didn't mind it, but it's getting a bit much now. That's my 2 penny.
I agree. I think the in and out is a problem. I think it would be less of a problem and less jarring if every time she popped up, it wasn't her just being a dick, and being nagging.
Actually, yeah.
And being horrible to Maz. Because
I really enjoyed the fostering stuff.
Yeah.
But how much can this character commit to that if she needs to keep going?
But I would say Marilyn as a character is underwritten criminally. But she's in almost every episode. She just doesn't have much to do. And they could have done that with Rue. They could have gone down that route. They could have just put her in a few episodes a week and give her a few lines. She didn't need a storyline of her own if she can't commit to the show full time. We don't really need her having a massive storyline where she nags Alf, to death. She could have just popped up at the diner a few times or popped up at the surf club a few times. We don't need her in every scene. We don't need her constantly with Alf. So if she can't do loads of time on the show, then just cut her storylines back or make them more palatable. Because it's obviously a choice, but every time she pops up on screen, she's just like meh, and I'm like, oh, rack off. Rack
and
off.
if Mr. Stewart doesn't like her, we're not going to, are we? Let's face it. No, you're right. I think, she used to be one of my favourites. She was up there for me. Like I've always talk about Marilyn, but Rue was up there for me at one point. In the not too, I would say sort of in the time we've been doing this pod, really, the last sort of nearly 5 years, it's been difficult. But before then, honestly, she was up there for me, and
because she was different character-wise, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She was with Harvey, or she was looking after the kids. She was
in the house with the family. Yeah. I think she was done a lot. Like you say, what does she do now other than
she just nags people and has a go and spreads gossip? And I'm like, nah. And the way she treats Maz, I'm over her.
Yeah, that bit's and now Maz is doesn't even want to go home.
Yeah.
I think actually, if this is going to need to continue the way it is, I think the way to help this along is to have one of Al's other children back. It gives Alf something different to do than waiting for his daughter to come and nag him. But it also gives us a bit more Stuart stuff. outside of this.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
her and Alf ships in the night sort of thing. You know, I think that would be a way to go for Duncan or someone like that coming back.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Or just give him a friend. Just he doesn't have any, like, he's got Justin and he's got Leah and that kind of thing, but he doesn't have a friend that he really,
Mm.
you know what I mean? Like he just needs. I know he's got John, but I wouldn't class them as friends.
Well, I'll tell you who thinks they are better friends than he does, and that's Sarge.
That's true.
When he
Yeah,
tried
that's
to have
true.
that combo with him this week.
Yeah.
I thought Sarge was brave.
He was brave. He was. Yeah, he was, defo.
Now, should we talk about this arrest? Because you mentioned it. This arrest.
Well,
obviously,
it wasn't an arrest. It was just he
no,
got took
he
home,
pulled-
didn't he?
he got pulled over with a
Yeah.
forceful point. Choreographed. I've been doing that in the kitchen all day.
I enjoyed that. I did a bit of a. I'm gonna start doing that when the dishwasher's not loaded properly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, look at this
Just point at him and then point at the
at the
fridge or something.
dishwasher. Yeah.
Yeah.
This plate does not go in this way in the dishwasher. Yes.
Point at his clothes on the floor. And then point at the basket.
Clothing laundry violation here. I have to pull you over. Sorry, mate.
Get your whistle out. So,
Stop. Laundry. Yeah.
Yeah, he's obviously all expired, but he's still driven, hasn't he? To this. Yeah, so he's been pulled over. Ella Rose when she first came, and actually quite a funny comment from Alf. I wasn't speeding. So,
do you know when that was? Because I went and looked it up, and I couldn't believe how
No.
long ago it was.
go on.
You know when Rose pulled him over for speeding, and that was her one of her first scenes, wasn't it?
Well, I guess it would have been 3+ years then. If it will
It
be
was
what?
June 2022 for Our Pace.
What?
I
What
didn't
we
think
in now? 4 years.
4 years ago. I don't even. We've blinked and it's gone. You know. 4 years.
I remember us on the pod talking
I
about
still-
that.
I remember talking about it recently on here and not thinking it was that long ago. Blooming heck. 4 years. Yeah,
No, I actually remember recording that episode.
I do. I remember being fuming at her because I was
You
like,
think we've done hundreds of these?
who is this witch giving my granddad a ticket for speeding?
Who is she?
Who is she? Because she was brand new back then. Do you remember that was
Yeah.
like one of her first introductions? And it's just hilarious that Richie's first introduction on his first shift is doing the same thing. It must be
Deliberate.
it's a rite of passage for the newbie
Right,
YCPD, isn't it?
Yeah, it must be deliberate, obviously. And I really love that nod from Alf's line. Yeah, I wasn't speeding. Like, yeah, not this time. Now, Rich, what do we think of Richie? Wet behind the ears, Richie.
I like him.
I do.
I like him.
I'm glad you do.
It's only early days, so you know we've only seen a little bit of him, but I do like him. I like the nervous energy that he brings to the job. I like the dynamic now in YCPD. It has been hilarious this week. I'm hoping that you might have seen a different light on Sarge.
Oh, I didn't. I'm gonna have to admit and say, yes, Sarge was funny. He was funny, particularly on Friday's episode.
Yeah,
You know when he was like, because he knows like he's winding Cash up.
yeah,
So Sarge is like, when he asks for he asks for an early finish, and Cash is like, what?
yeah.
And he's like, yeah, why not? Because he notices
He's won a tenner.
He's Cash's sister-in-law.
Yeah. And he placed a bet with him, didn't he? He's like, I bet he asked to stay late and do
Yeah.
overtime. And then he's
Yeah.
like, can I leave her? He's like, yeah, actually. Come on then, you can. Just this once.
Knowing as well that it's winding Cash up that it's his sister-in-law.
Exactly.
Come
on.
Yes, I've got to say,
Give me
this
something.
week- but this is the first time he's made me laugh.
Oh, wow.
This is the first time I've seen something that's not
Yeah.
I've not seen it before.
I get it. I think
w-
it was more obvious this week. I've seen it
Yeah.
before, and I've
Mm.
definitely seen it with him interacting with Cash before, and I have laughed out loud at how dry they are with each other.
Mm.
And I do find that kind of awkward, dry stuff really hilarious.
Mm.
I think it's been more obvious this week, so I was really hoping that you saw it. So I'm glad you
Yeah,
have.
well, obviously, I was just thinking, fuck's sake, she's going to be going at me now. Like, she's right, he's funny. I was like, oh. I spent the whole ad break like, oh, for God's sake, why was that funny?
It's funny. I just think that the three of them together is the perfect comedy, because obviously he's like, he's really keen, and he's like, oh, I'll do this, and he wants to like pull Alf over and all, and Cash is like discretion and what have you. So like they're polar opposites, and then you've got Sarge, who's like the level higher, who's like dry and like stickler for the rules and all that stuff. And the three of them is hilarious. I think Richie's introduction this week, and I saw it in the trailer the night before, and I laughed, and I laughed again when it actually happened. When he met Cash and they were like shaking hands, and Richie was like shaking his hand too long, and Cash actually forcibly removed himself from the handshake. I was crying laughing. That was so funny. I love these little, these that are not in the dialogue, but like the way they kind of, the physical comedy of it is so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And again, it's like you say, the dynamic of the cop shop. Like, we're now seeing them. We're only ever there when it's super intense, when it's super like life's. There's a lot at stake. But now we've seen the policeman talking about like around the day to day stuff.
Yeah.
And that's been cool. That scene at the lockers, and he's like, "Oh, I really want to use my gun." Like, have you used your gun? And then he's like, yes, I have, and it's not something you want to do. It's like, all right, okay. Like, oh, gosh, I can't tell whether Cash is playing it straight and trying to wind it, or whether he is genuinely pissed off with him.
I think he's genuinely pissed off.
I know, but I just love questioning that, though. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's hilarious either way.
Yeah.
Like, if he's genuinely pissed off, it's hilarious, and if he's playing with him, it's hilarious as well. So it doesn't matter, does it? It's so funny. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I do like him.
Yeah, it is. And obviously this whole prank thing with Abs. I mean, he's not wasted absolutely no time there, has he? Blinking heck.
Well, I feel a bit weird about the Abs thing, because obviously before Abs claps eyes on Richie, she's overheard a few things with Marley. And Marley's had like some chick from the surf lesson flirting with him, and in a really
the caravans
obvious,
are rocking.
Well,
knocking.
Short story long, or whatever they say. She took him to Reefton Lakes dancing. We know how that ends. And they've ended up back at the caravan park, to the point where she's having to hand his keys into Mr. Stewart the morning after and do the walk of shame. So we know something's happened. Abby knows something's happened. She's acting like she's okay with it, but the question for you that I have is, would she have flirted so much with Richie? Would she have gone on a date with him if Marley hadn't slept with that girl?
No, I don't think she would have. I think she's used him a bit, and this is like us as well, like falling on the sort of naive, wet behind the ears, I've said, hasn't it? With Richie, like even when because when she's called out on it, she does apologise to him, and he's like, look, I sort of used you a bit there.
That was very big of her, actually.
It was, but he don't mind. Like, and I'm like, okay, this is a guy who's perhaps not very experienced in love, and I think he could be quite easily taken for a ride here. So, I don't think, but I want to believe that that's how it started, and actually she spent a bit of time with him, and they went on that date, didn't they? And she actually had a good time.
She looks like she did, yeah.
I want to believe Abby as the character is, because she, again, I think she's a sort of superstar character. Like, I think she's a really nice character. Like, her morals are well centered. Like, she's been through some stuff, but I think she's not a plonker. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like you say, that was big of her to apologize, but I actually think if there was nothing in it, like, she would apologize and that, move on, sort of thing. But I want to believe that things have developed actually on the back of it. She actually likes him, sort of thing.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. Jury's out for me. I want to believe that they've connected, and the date was fun, and she wants to see him again. But I do think it started out from a rocky place, so I've got my eye on it a little bit.
Right.
Because I'm just
That's
thinking,
fair. It's early.
If Marley hadn't gone on a date with someone else, if Marley hadn't slept with that girl, I don't think she would have asked Richie out. I don't think they would have gone on a date. But maybe it was a catalyst to make them go out, and maybe they will end up being a good couple. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Now, I'm going to throw another spanner in the works, okay? And I've got 3 words that I've seen online that might cast some doubt on this, okay? Because there's other theories out there, okay? And that is, what's his secret?
What's his secret?
Is this really him? Is he this naive? Is this an act? Like, what's the story? That's the other slant to this.
Is that come from fans, or has that come from the show? From fans?
No, it's come from fans talking. Like, I was sort of thinking, oh gosh, I've just taken him on face value.
Yeah,
but
is
there something? I guess people are a bit like sus when it's new characters, aren't they?
Well, that's very Home and Away, isn't it? I mean, I think if he wasn't a copper, I maybe would have jumped to the same conclusion, because normally a new character comes in and we don't trust them to start with. You know what I mean? Like, we do start to go, who is this fella, and where did he come from, and what's his backstory? And that's usually what all the chat is about online. I think because he seems, as you say, naive, a bit of a I don't know. He just seems much younger, and I suppose she does as well. He seems much younger than he probably is. Like, he's been to the academy, he's been trained. He's now, a fully fledged constable or whatever. So he can't be like 17 and straight from college or whatever. So he's got to be a bit older. But I would also believe that he was younger because of the way that he is and the fact that he's quite immature. Maybe even though he's gone into the line of work that he's chosen, maybe he's a bit naive and a bit sheltered, has a bit of a sheltered upbringing. I don't know. I don't see a sinister thing with him, though. I don't see like a secret or a bad. I don't know, but maybe we should. Maybe I've just
some people are telling us to watch our backs. I don't know whether they know something.
What have they seen then? Because so far I can't pinpoint any evidence that he's a bad.
Maybe it's the speed at which he's gone for abs. Maybe she instigated things.
She's indicated it because she flirted with him first, and then she apologized, and then she asked him out.
Yeah, so it's not like he's like sought her, has it?
No, I don't think so.
Also, I absolutely love his shirts.
You know what? There's been some discussion online about his shirts.
Oh no, is it bad?
Everyone's comparing them to Brie, and a lot of people were not a fan of Brie's shirts.
Yeah, well, that wasn't us, was it?
No, it wasn't us, but
we didn't mind him.
The chatter online is that he is wearing quite old-fashioned looking shirts, and actually, I quite like the floral.
I like it. Honestly, it looks like all my shirts look like that.
But it's come back in fashion. But fashion's cyclical, isn't it? So, like the things I wore as a teenager, like flared jeans and like crop tops and that kind of thing, that's all back in now, and there's kids wearing them.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it because it's like a clear distinction between this police role and then he's like out of work and he's like fun. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those jobs in it that you take home or you literally take to WA with you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but with him, it's like, okay, he's off the clock. Like, he doesn't want to talk shop. He's got his fun shirts on, and I think it suits his personality is pretty fun. He's pretty chill. He's pretty light, isn't he? Like, he seems like he just wants to have a good time. He's young, free, it just suits him, and I think it's a breath of fresh air that he's a character with he's got a unique look. And I'm not being funny. Ryder used to wear stuff like that.
He did.
There's been and were these the same comments then? I don't know what the difference is.
I don't back then. Yeah.
I don't know. He's not the first character to wear a loud shirt.
No, I don't think it was that loud. Actually, I think it was.
No, I don't. It was just white and black. I've got worse. Gosh.
So have I've definitely got worse trousers that don't get.
But I love
much.
that, mate. I think
Yeah.
your clothes is how you express yourself, isn't
Yes.
it? And you have to think, in a job like his, he's in a regimented uniform. He's got to look a certain way. When else does the guy express himself? And I think,
Yeah.
I think if he's got a fun side to his personality, let him show it.
And how long will he have that fun side? He's a week into the job, and this is the first time he's had a proper police job. So it's not going to be long until Summer Bay grinds him down and wears him out. So let him go for it while he can.
He'll be wearing black before we know it. What's the alternative? He comes in and wears a polo t-shirt like all the other men, and we all say, "Oh, cookie cat character."
Exactly.
I think the costume does a lot to characters on TV. Really does.
I do find it quite hilarious when people comment on people's clothes, because I've seen so many people slag off what Eden wears, and I look at Eden and I'm like, I'd kill for that skirt, I'd kill for that top, I'd kill for that, and I think not all of it, some of her clothes I'm like, oh, I wouldn't wear that, but a lot of her clothes, because she's that alt kind of rocky kind of chick, some of her stuff I've actually got something very similar to what she's worn on screen, and there's been a whole load of tweets going, oh, she looks crap in that, and I'm like, oh god. I've got jeans that look like that, but I'll just keep that to myself, because it doesn't bother me, because I've always dressed slightly different.
Everyone's different. Yeah. It's the same with me. Like, I've always dressed colourful. I always have.
Yeah.
I have plain things as well that I just chuck on around the house, but I've always dressed colourful. In fact, everyone used to buy me shirts that were like, in their eyes, out there,
Yeah.
And that used to be like my thing.
Yeah.
Like Alfie Moon.
Yeah.
But that's the way I express myself. I've got one of those personalities.
And people will see you, and they won't see someone that's all dressed in black and standing in the corner.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I think it's just your opportunity just to, express.
Be yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. But I absolutely love that we've got a character that's. I hope it sticks. I really do. I think it matches him really well. And I think, like you say, hopefully the grinds of Summer Bay don't get to him. I will say, though, I've clocked on the titles. He is down as a guest.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice that.
Now, he's the only one.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I have clocked it. But that doesn't mean he won't get promoted to regular, of course.
Yeah, he could just have a short-term contract to start with. Yeah. He's
down as guest character on the titles.
Interesting. Okay.
See, I'm like Poirot, me.
You good, you. I don't watch the credits. I give up. I'm gone by then. Occasionally I wait and I wave at Marty's name. I'm like, I know him, even though I don't know him, but I'm like, I kind of know him, and I wave at it. But apart from
there's something else, I always check who's done the directing, and if there's something I really liked, I'm a bit of a nerd.
If it's a really funny episode, I will like to look and see who the writer is, or if there's been like something really swanky with like the editing or like the camera shots or whatever, then I do look.
Yeah.
But most of the time I do click off before the credits, unless I'm waving at Marty. I bless him. I do wave at him a lot on the TV.
He's on every app. App.
I know him. I don't. It's a lie. Anyway.
Do you remember like nerding out over that drone shot through the window at the circle?
That was so good.
We spent 3 days.
I still don't understand how they did that, but it was so, because the outside exists and the inside is somewhere else. Like, how did they do that? It's so crazy. Like, the inside is a studio and the outside is a real building.
We were rewatching. Like, there's no cut. What have they done?
You can't tell when it goes into salt, and it's not salt because it's not salt's not there. It doesn't exist. It's a studio. It's so crazy. Like, it doesn't. I can't. Yeah, blow my mind.
Yeah, same. So I stick around to find, just to check who's doing what.
Yeah.
Started to get me favourites.
There's a few names that I won't say them because it's not fair, but there's a few names that I'm like, I knew it was you. I love you. Defo.
Tell me up here.
Mm-hmm, of course. Right, Si, it's time for your say on the bay.
My say on the bay.
I was waiting for a pop then. I was like, is it a pop? Well, kind of. I do want your say, but we're going to hear from someone else that has a say on the bay this week. So, for anybody that doesn't know yet, this is the part of the podcast where we want to hear from you guys. You've just heard what we think of this week's shenanigans, but we also want to hear from you, the viewers out there, you lot listening right now, what you think about what's happening on the show right now. So you might remember that we've got a new form, a new way of contacting us. If you go to coastalnewspod.com, our website, and navigate your way to the You'll Say on the Bay section, there's a form there where you can put your name, and there's a lovely big box where you can type all your thoughts about what's happening on the show right now and how you feel about it. And then those thoughts will get magically pinged to us, and we might read them out on this section of the podcast. Yes, as easy as that. Now, we didn't have a You'll Say on the Bay last week because we didn't have any forms last week. But we have had a form this week, so I'm going to read that out. But also, just a quick reminder that we are going to have to turn the form off for a couple of weeks, aren't we, I think?
Yeah.
Because we are having to do some sort of jiminy pokery
Shiving.
with our recording schedule, and we may not get your thoughts in time for when we record for the next few weeks because we've got a lot on. So we are going to turn the form off, and then we'll let you know when it's back on again, and then you can get in contact with us. So just so you know, it's not broken, it's just we might have took it down for a couple of weeks. Yeah. But we do have a form this week. But before I get onto that, just a quick reminder that we're on social media. So obviously we're Coastal News Podcast. At Coastal News Pod is our handle on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky, etc. We're on all the apps. And we also tweet along live. So we watch Home and Away between 6:30 and 7 p.m. Monday to Friday in the UK. And we jump on X and we use the Home and Away UK hashtag, and we talk about everything that's happening right now on the show on there as we're watching the show at 6:30. And there's a few people that get involved with the chat every day. So if you can do that, also get involved with that as well. If you can't get the form, go there because we'll see that. Yeah. But we do have a form this week. Guess who it's from?
Who's it from? I couldn't. Emma?
No.
Ooh.
It's from
New
one
name.
of our OG You'll Say on the Bays.
Jacob.
Jacob, yes. It's been a while. Jacob's been through forms and emails and God knows what with us. And he's contacted us this week. He sent us a form in. So he says, "Hi guys, hope you're well and you've been enjoying the heat wave in between work." I haven't been enjoying the heat wave in between work. I've been enduring the heat wave. How about you, Sol?
You know I like it hot. I've enjoyed it. I've had a couple of restless evenings, but yeah, I thrive in this weather.
I know, I don't. I'm the opposite.
Scary for May though.
It is early, isn't it? Yeah. Although when you think about 2020 and the lockdown, and March was hot.
That's true.
That was a bit mad. That was a bit mad.
We had a barbecue on Easter or whatever. Yeah.
We had like a hot March, which has not happened since. Yeah, now we've had a hot May. Hottest May on record, I think they said, something like that.
But every time the sun's out, it beats a record, doesn't it, nowadays?
When they say since records began, when did records begin? When was that? They never say. When did they start the records? Yes.
Or does every time there's a heat wave, does some poor intern start opening the filing cabinet?
Exactly. Are they sending poor Darren down to the basement every year? Go and check the records, Darren. I don't know. Poor Darren. Anyway. Jacob says, "What a good week we've had in the Bay this week, eh?" Although, he says, so he's complimented the week, and then we're starting with, although that bloody Song of Eden's, I'm sick of hearing it already, and they've not even recorded it yet. They did play it a lot, didn't they? Like, I don't think Thursday's episode would have been much content without her playing it 5 times.
No, you're right. Yes. I like her voice, though.
I do. And do you know what's really funny? When we were talking about Lyric, when Lyric were a band, when Lyric were a thing a couple of years ago now, because they've been not a band for a while, but when they were a thing, and she did Song for Cash, do you remember when she had, like, amnesia and all of that from the wedding crash? Yeah. And everyone was saying, she's got a great voice. Like, I prefer her voice to Kirby's voice. Why is she not the singer? Why is Kirby the singer? And everyone was tweeting and on social media saying, Eden's got the better voice, make her the lead singer. And now I've noticed it's not just Jacob. There's a few people on Twitter as well saying, I'm sick of hearing Eden singing. I'm like, whoa,
The
whoa,
tables
whoa.
have turned, eh?
Whoa. This is not what we were saying 3 years ago. So there we go.
Interesting.
We're very fickle, aren't we?
Yeah, and Sophie remembers everything.
I do.
So we can't get away with it, people.
I don't remember anything important, but I remember everything to do with Home and Away. Yes, I do. My job, I do not remember at all. But anyway, the stuff I don't get paid for, I remember.
I'd say your priorities are spot on there.
Well, yeah, I would say. Just don't tell my boss that. What do you think of the song, Si? Are you sick of it? Did you enjoy it?
There was a lot of it, but I do enjoy her voice. And, so, I mean, look, I think the criticism I had of the lyrics stuff wasn't really the musics per se, although not my cup of tea generally. It was the storyline of band meetings and rehearsals and all that stuff I just don't relate to, and was all a bit contrived. None of that's happening here. Like, she's just sort of helping a friend through something. That's how I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
And I quite like it. What about you?
Yeah, I've not hated it. I don't mind a music storyline. It is familiar to me, having been around people that want to make it big and are in bands and, you know, singing in pubs and that kind of thing. It's not unfamiliar territory. Again,
I had a
not
song
my...
written about you from a disco ex.
Don't. Try not to mention that. So yeah, I get it. Like, and I do think the way that they've used it this week has been really nice. Like, it's just kind of remind Remi of who he is and the fact that, you know, things pass and this is part of the process for him. Like, this is how he deals with stuff. So it kind of made sense in the storyline, I think. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. If she carries on doing 5 takes an episode, I may have a slight...
Yeah, overkill. Yeah, like when he had the record on.
He just lay down on the sofa for 2 days and listened to the vinyl, which was hilarious.
Scratching it. Yeah.
And again, here we go. Someone like you. Oh, so funny. Anyway, I miss those days in a kind of nostalgic way. But anyway, don't repeat them. Jacob says, it's nice to see Sonny take one small step this week. One small step for mankind. One great leap for Sonny, one might say. He says Dana's mid and below massaging is certainly helping his recovery. Well, we mentioned this, didn't we?
Yes.
She's got the magic touch. She's magic.
And I go crazy with desire.
Exactly. There's something about her. She's got the touch.
Singing.
We're both bad for it. It's fine. I couldn't carry a tune in a bucket, so it's fine.
No, same. Yeah.
It's fine. Jacob says, poor Mr. Stewart. Is this the start of a dementia storyline? Oh,
what?
Jesus. We've just had a dementia storyline. I'm still not over it. Hello?
No, surely not. Do you know what it is interesting to start this sort of guessing game, however, because there's something's up. Is it more Alf? He's not wanting to go and speak to the doctor because he's scared about what might be told.
Possibly.
Is he putting it off?
I don't think that's unrealistic, because I think if he's 80 years old, there's not being funny, but there's a probability that there's something wrong with an 80-year-old. You know what I mean? I don't mean these cognitive abilities, but there could be something physical wrong with him or whatever that might be showing up on the test. And it's that whole face your mortality thing, which is scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't
and
think...
it's hard at our age to sort of put yourself in someone's shoes like that. Like, who's... I don't know how I would... because you're sort of waiting around, aren't you? Thinking where, you know, thinking it's... I know this is not a nice thing to think about, but it is weird because you don't really live your life like that until the end, do you?
I don't know. I think I've started... Oh, this is really morbid, but I think I've started to live like this now because I'm getting to an age where I'm starting to turn older than some people I knew that didn't get to live this long.
Yeah, that's a bit of a milestone, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Mm.
oh, they didn't live this long, and I'm older than them now, and I start to worry, like, maybe
That's
I've only got a year left, maybe because
Yeah.
you just don't know, and nobody
Yeah.
lives forever
Yeah.
these days. You
Yeah.
know, things happen. So,
Mm.
but I think if I was 80, I would be more paranoid because I'd be like, well,
Yeah.
surely it's any day now.
I
Surely.
actually think, should I live to that age? It's unlikely, but should I? I
Mm.
actually think it would just consume every thought at this stage. I'd be
Yeah.
like, am I really here?
Yeah. I think
Mm.
it would bog me down, I'll be honest, because it already
Yeah,
does. It's
same.
not bogging me down now. Like, I do have the occasional thought of, oh, I'm going to be something this year, and so didn't live that long, and that makes me feel weird, you know. But because I'm not 80, I'm not waking up every morning and going, I'm still here, you know. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But I think if I was 80, I'd be like, I'm still here. I'm
Yeah.
still alive.
Do you know when you hear those people and they're planning things and they're
Oh,
like,
I know.
and it's hard to give over, you're always like that to him, but actually, I think you can sort of see why, really,
Yeah.
because what else do you prep for at that age? You don't make plans in a 5-year plan, do you?
No, exactly. And also, what storyline do you give an
This is
80-year-old?
terrible. Yeah,
You
this
know,
is terrible conversation.
it is terrible. It's scary, but it's reality. And I guess this is an issue-based storyline because this is quite topical for people that have got older parents, maybe, that have seen this. And I don't think Rue's going the right way about it, but you can kind of put yourself in her shoes if you've got an older parent that you're worried about, you know. And also, what storylines can you give Mr. Stewart? You know, we already know he's running 3 jobs at 80.
Yeah, after 4 heart attacks and
Yeah, and God knows how many wives and coming back from the dead. And what else can you give him as an 80-year-old person that wouldn't be ridiculous? You know, you can't give him a young person's storyline.
Yeah, and look, he's got to relate to the people of that age who are sat at home watching.
Exactly.
You know, you can't have him, joining the circus or whatever.
He can't be bed hopping with the latest
No.
newbie. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not worried though. Are you worried? Do you think it's the start of the end? I don't.
I'm not worried because I think mentally I'm there and you're not.
I know.
Right?
I'm in denial,
So,
aren't I? Yeah.
I think so. I don't really have that bit. Right. I don't know. It's just like, the conversation comes up every time he's got something, so it's almost like we're waiting as well.
Yeah.
In a way, even though none of us like to say it out loud.
No.
So I'm not worried, but also, like, if that was it, I wouldn't be worried. If it wasn't it, I wouldn't be worried.
It's like premeditated grief, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, we're grieving, but he's still alive. We're preparing ourselves for the day when he's not here, you know.
But I think that's the right approach when the show's done this with him.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it would just suck a massive chasm out of the show. Whereas now, really, nothing's really going to change that much. And that's the point, right, of a show like this. You have to prep it for the future.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll be devastated, but I will get past it, you know what I mean? I will get past it.
But from a soap perspective, like, the show would not grind to a halt.
No,
you know?
No, it wouldn't.
There's plenty that goes on without him nowadays. And even though he's really important to the show, he's not really that important to the storyline. Is probably what I'm trying to say.
He's not, but I feel that familiarity, that's nostalgic.
Yeah.
When he walks into the diner, I'm like, oh, he's here. He's back. You know?
Yeah.
He's back.
You tell you see him, you know exactly what you're watching. Yeah.
Oh, he's back. Oh, like, when he came back from Marimbula, I was just like, oh, I'm just glad to see him. Like, I don't even care if he doesn't talk. Like, just sit in the diner and do the crossword. That's how I'll think of him, just sitting in the corner of the diner doing a crossword, having a black tea. Yeah. If that's all he does between now and when he leaves, I don't care. Like, I'm happy just to see him.
But there are vast waves of people watching now that don't really have that association with him.
Of course not.
I suppose what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, of course not.
But dementia, I'm not. Oh, I don't think so. But,
It's too close to Irene and the Alzheimer's, isn't it? I think. I don't think we're ready for that right now.
Yeah,
but I
that
might
would
be
be
wrong.
a bit samey.
Yeah, might be wrong. I think he's just bloody stressed because he's got enough plates spinning and Rue's just being a Anyway, a B word.
I think he's old, and when you're old, you do forget things.
Of course
And I think
you do.
I think he don't want to go to the doctor because the doctor's going to tell him he's old and he's at the end of the, chill out,
Yeah,
don't do this. Going to tell him to stop working. Going to tell him this. Look after, he don't want any of that, does he? He gets
No,
enough of that at home.
he doesn't want to be a burden. He doesn't want to think that his life's over.
Yeah.
He's very, for an 80-year-old, he's very active.
Yeah,
he's out the
bumbling
house. He's doing
around.
stuff. You know what I mean?
Three
I know.
jobs.
I know 80-year-olds that don't leave the house.
Yeah.
And he's not in that category. He's active. He's still got his, his compos mentis. He's got his marbles. You don't want to be told that his end of life care. You know what I mean?
No.
It's rude.
Sitting in front of his 2-bar fire and.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
With a blanket, waiting to croak. He's not there yet, doll. Maybe
No,
one
he's
day,
not.
but not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Jacob says, you never know, Martha may show her face to come look after him if she can remember her way back to Alf's house. It is weird that it's Alf's house and it's not Alf and Martha's, and she doesn't live there, and Martha has a house and Alf has a house. It's all very weird. It's never not going to be weird, that, but anyway. Yeah, we could talk all day about Martha. We're not going to, but we could. We could. Changing the topic. So Jacob says, I'm loving the new Casanova cop in town.
Yes.
He didn't waste any time in getting into the first bed in the bay. Will the romance last? Now, I don't know whether he got into Abby's bed or not. I have questions over this. What do you think happened between the two of them?
Well, they were in Salt after hours, weren't they, drinking tequila?
Yeah.
And then he said, I could walk you home or you can stay at my place. And then the next day, when she was recounting what happened, she did say he walked her home. But
And
was
she
she
was-
telling the truth?
And she took him a coffee and she was wearing different clothes. Like, it wasn't a walk of shame in the same outfit from the night before. So
Was he?
I assumed that he dropped her home and that was the end of the night. But I don't know.
Well, Cash is sus. Cash is sus. Oh, God. Cash is shush.
I'm like, yeah, my lips are going as well, don't worry. It's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Will the romance last? I guess we touched on this on the main pod earlier, didn't we? I'm not sure that the start of the romance was... I think it started off as a revenge. So I don't know where it's going to go, because I don't really know how she feels about him. I don't know.
Yeah. And, yeah. What... It's a reason we didn't really see her decline him. Maybe there's a story there, maybe he's, V-plates or, maybe there's a story coming about that. I would like to believe, like I say, she's genuine, he's genuine, but I'll just remind you, 3 words. What's his secret?
I don't know. And now you've got me thinking, I don't think he had one, but I'll have to put a pin in that over the weekend, I think. Let me have a think. Yes. Jacob says, Richie and Cash's scenes were brilliant. From scene 1, the way that Cash ungripped Richie's hand and gave it back to him was so funny.
You said that.
I love that bit. The physical comedy is so good. Cash is really good at this. Abby's really good at this as well. She's really good at the physical comedy. Yeah, they're really... Cash is so dry with it. I love it. He says, I hope we get plenty more of this. It's also nice to see the comical side of Sarge.
See?
Yeah?
Jacob's come round like me.
I've seen it since day 1, but you guys are now seeing it afresh.
Yeah, we just needed it to actually be funny.
It has been funny. It's up until now, it's been very Jack D dry comedy, but now it's more obvious. Now it's more, on the nose comedy, which is also good. Yeah.
What did you make of the whoopee cushion?
Oh my god, I watched this. Right, so I will fess up. I follow Nick Cartwright on Instagram, obviously, because, like,
Yeah.
hello.
Raspberries. Yeah.
Why wouldn't I? Like, he doesn't post very often. Like, he doesn't give us anything. And when he does give me something, I'm like, hello, what have you posted?
Yeah.
So
Boy, does he give it.
I run to the terrible. When he posts a post or he posts a story, I run there because I'm like, he never posts anything. He's very, very minimal in what he puts on his social media, which is fair enough. Like, I would be as well if I was him. But when he does post, I run. So he posted a story a couple of weeks ago, and I mentioned it to you on WhatsApp, didn't I? I said, Nick's posted something. It's a spoiler, but oh my god, I laughed my ass off. Like, it's so funny. And I was like, but it's a spoiler. I think you went and watched it, didn't you, as well? Did you go? Did you see it or not? I can't remember.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because I was
it
like,
was.
yeah, you're not knowing something I'm not.
Yeah, you get FOMO, don't you? Sorry. And it was this clip. So the Home and Away Australia Instagram account, at their pace, they'd posted this clip of this scene of Richie planting the whoopee cushion on his chair and him sitting on it, and Sarge being like, "Do you need to go home? Do you need to change your trousers?" And I absolutely died laughing at this. And I was like, I was annoyed that I'd seen it early, but also I loved it. And then, even though I knew it was coming this week, I still rewound this scene 3 times because it's just so funny. I'm sorry. I'm such a child, and this is my level of humour. I found it hilarious. What did you think? Tell me.
Yeah. No, I agree. I did find it funny.
I love his reaction.
like-
Castra's mortified.
Yeah, and it's
what
like
the
the
fuck?
old school prank sort of slapstick stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
The whoopee cushion is the oldest trick in the book.
Who doesn't have a
And
fart joke?
I
Come on.
know. And it's like I said, I think you touched on it earlier. It's just sort of it made the police station just something else, something different for a change.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just the more he gets under Cash's skin, the more the sort of more hilarious it becomes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it's like that triangle, isn't it? Because I think if Cash wasn't there, I reckon Sarge would probably be irritated by Richie. But
Yeah.
because Cash is irritated by him, Sarge finds Richie hilarious. So he kind of feeds him so that he makes Cash more irritated, which makes Sarge happier, which makes me laugh. I love it. I love the whole dynamic, the whole triangle between these 3 is so good. I hope it continues. I hope we get a bit more of this.
Yeah, same. I'd love to see more of this, and it's nice to bring that side of Sarge out, and hopefully I can start seeing it more.
Yes.
As well.
Well, now he's not dealing with death of his wife, death of his
pinning Tane,
daughter's stalker, death of Tane's, I don't know, kidney, whatever. I don't know.
Phone tapping.
Yeah.
Maybe he can just chill out and.
Maybe he's going to have like a bit more of a nice story. He's had quite a lot on his plate, old Sarge. Yeah. Yeah. Jacob says Sergeant Cash's betting scene was great. Yeah, I enjoyed that as well. I bet he offers to stay late. Oh, can I go home because I've got a date? Yeah, of course you can. Give me a tenner. That was hilarious. And Jacob says hopefully Richie is here to stay. Now you just heard on the pod that Cy checked the credits, and Richie's currently down as a guest character, so we don't know. Put a pin in that if he's here to stay. Do we? We've got no intel. We've got no inside information. So, yeah, let's just keep a pin in that and let's see how long he appears and whether his name shifts from guest to cast, I guess, on the credits.
Yeah, up to regular cast. Yeah.
Yes, don't know. Jacob contacted us a few weeks ago when the whole Braxton Ricky storyline was first kicking off in WA, and he mentioned in his comment back then that Braxton Ricky looked like the new Justin and Ziggy. And you and I were really confused because we were like, Justin and Ziggy, like, they're not a couple. Like, does he mean Justin and Leah? Does he mean Dean and Ziggy? Like, what's going on here? So we asked him to clarify. And he's come back and said, yes, Brax and Ricky look like Justin and Ziggy. I can't believe you're not seeing it, and I've sent you evidence. We've had a look at the evidence, haven't we? And I still don't see it. I'll be honest, Jacob.
I'm looking at it now.
So what Jacob sent us is a picture of Justin and a picture of Brax and a picture of Ricky and a picture of Ziggy and said they're the same, like same. And I can see like Ziggy and what's the name? Ricky have got the same hair colour. I can see Brax and Justin have got dark hair colour. But apart from that, I don't see it. They've both got a face, they've both got eyes and ears. But I don't. Brax and Justin just look millions of miles apart from me.
You've heard it here first, Jacob. You're going to have to take some more convincing.
I can't see it. Sai, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't see it. I mean, just looking at them now.
I don't think Brax and Justin are anywhere near each other in terms of looks-wise.
I'm trying to work out even, like, looks aside, whether their characters are similar. And I guess you could say Ziggy, you know, with the bad boy, trying to find some links. But
I don't think Ricky is a match for Brax. I think Ziggy is. I think if Ziggy and Brax were together, that would work better.
You know my thoughts on Ricky and Brax. I never really went there with it.
She's not equal to him. There's always the weird power dynamic with them that I've never felt comfortable with. It's interesting. I'm glad that someone's got a different point of view to us.
Yeah, that's the point, isn't it?
It's fascinating. I just can't. I wish I could see it, Jacob, but I can't. I can't get there. I can't. Maybe it's because I've got such an opinion of Brax and.
Yeah. Sometimes you can be clouded, can't you? So.
Yeah. Don't know.
Maybe, but.
Just can't see it. Just can't get there. And then to end Jacob's comment, he says, have a good weekend. Enjoy the sun while it's here because we're supposed to have 2 weeks of rain from Monday. Yay!
Oh, you're kidding.
Thanks, Jacob.
What?
I haven't checked the forecast. Have you? I haven't checked it.
No.
No.
Well, I better get the washing done this weekend then.
Yeah, good point. Oh, God. Yeah, good point.
Don't have to try and dry that in the middle of a storm.
Good point. Thank you, Jacob. Jacob signs off message. Jacob signs off his message with just Jacob. Just Jacob.
You know, in the hands.
Just Jacob. Is this a Will and Grace reference, Jacob? We need to know because we're doing the hand.
I hope so. Yeah.
Just Jacob. Yeah.
Just Jacob.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
As always, we really enjoyed your message and thanks for your input because without your input, there would be no Your Say on the Bay.
Please take the time to like, subscribe and review Coastal News wherever you source your podcasts and ensure you never miss an episode.